The British government says that it has offered no immunity for past crimes to Moussa Koussa, the Libyan foreign minister who defected overnight. The British Foreign Secretary, William Hague, said Koussa was currently being interviewed voluntarily by officials. In Libya, rebels are continuing to retreat in the face of an onslaught from forces loyal to Colonel Gaddafi. Middle East correspondent Ben Knight reports from Libya.
For the second day in a row, the Libyan army struck back at the rebels with a massive bombardment. Almost all of the territory the opposition captured on the weekend has now been lost. Kilometre by kilometre and town by town, they've been pushed back. Having made a humiliating retreat the day before, the rebels are tired and frightened. In Brega, they rested and refuelled. Yesterday, this had been safe ground, well behind the front line, but not anymore.
The mood here is very, very tense. There are not many people here, but those that are here are resting. They're very uncomfortable about us filming the weapons that they have, because clearly they don't have many.
Already, the Libyan army was on its way, steadily moving forward with mortars, rockets and ground troops. It was a methodical and strategic assault, outflanking the opposition from the desert and cutting off some of their retreats. On the rebel side, though, there's no strategy and no leadership.
No commander here. All together, we're talking together and we make a plan together. We didn't see anyone, but maybe he's with us, but I didn't know how it look like, how... I don't know where is him.
The Libyan army captured Brega not long after we left and sent the rebels into a chaotic, panicked retreat back towards Ajdabia, a city they only recaptured last Sunday. They fired wildly into the desert as they fled. There are reports that CIA agents are on the ground here, guiding the airstrikes. But so far, the coalition army appears to be unable to stop the Libyan army's advance. And the Gaddafi forces have learned from their mistakes. When they tried to take Benghazi last week, their tanks and artillery were destroyed where they stood by pinpoint attacks from the air. Now, the Libyan army's using much smaller teams of mortar crews and ground troops, making smaller targets for the jet fighters. Those planes appear to be all that can stop the Libyan army from capturing the city of Ajdabia. And if that happens, there's very little between them and the main rebel stronghold of Benghazi. For now, it doesn't appear as though Benghazi will fall. But more than ever, this conflict is bogging down into a bloody back-and-forth battle, with no side able to strike the decisive blow. The West is considering arming these rebels, but training them will take time, and they don't appear to have the discipline or the strategy to use any weapons they might get effectively. There was one bright spot for the opposition. Muammar Gaddafi's foreign minister, Moussa Koussa, has defected to Britain. It's a blow to the regime, but certainly not a fatal one, and not enough to reassure the rebels on what's been another disastrous day. Ben Knight, Lateline.